All right. So this man is talking about why are people so overweight? Let me refresh this real quick so we can get to the beginning. All right. So let's hear what this dude has to say. He's asking why are people overweight?
Calories do you think is in this little thing? How many calories? This thing is tiny. It's literally one little bite. How many calories? And it's not a trick question. 130 calories in this little tiny thing, and there's 12 in a box. And we all know that one person is not just eating one; they're gonna eat more. And someone like me, bro, I probably eat like 10 of them. And now this muffin. How many calories do you think is in this little muffin? Can't be too much, right? It's just a little tiny muffin. 540 calories. 540 calories in that little muffin. How about this little handful of M&Ms? How many calories do you think is a little tiny handful? It's just a little bit. It's not much. 140 calories in 12. 140 calories in 12 of these little M&Ms, and they're not doing nothing for you but making you want to eat more. Because as soon as you have 12, you're going to go back for another handful. People always ask, how did you get to almost 500 pounds? How do you get so big? How do people let themselves go? How does this happen? And honestly, it's not going to happen overnight. So if you do this every once in a while, this is not going to be a big factor. But this is something that is your everyday eating habits, and you don't even realize it. You're just eating, but you don't realize how many calories are really in what you're consuming. It can add up. And before you know it, it turns to a year. Just like that. If you're dealing with a food addiction to where you just always want to eat, you always have to have something, you're just always thinking about food, and these things are around you and you're just eating them, you could eat 2,000, 3,000 calories in one sitting and then feel like shit, but not feel full, not feel like you've eaten anything. What you want to do is eat more, and you end up eating more calories. And that's how you see people who are eating 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 calories. They're getting up to 500 pounds. And that's what I was doing. Most of my eating was coming from like little snacks, snacking, eating so many calories. That's saying, let me grab a little snack, and you end up eating a snack that's 4,000 calories. It's insane, but it happens. If you're not cautious of what you're consuming, that's how it can happen. All these snacks were on the job site when I came into work. Shout out to the homeowner. I appreciate it. But these are the type of snacks that if you eat these every day, you are going to put on weight, and there's no way around it. How many calories?
All right. Yeah, man. Listen, and there's so many different points in that video I want to break down, so I hope I can get to all of them. But let's start with this one. So he talks about how he's asking you guys how many calories are in that little cinnamon roll, how many calories are in that little handful of M&Ms. This is another reason why snacking snacking is a big reason why a lot of you guys are gaining weight. Snacking is a big reason why a lot of you guys can't seem to wonder, why did I put on so much weight, or how did I put on so much weight? Taking a bite of this, taking a bite of that, taking a bite of this. You keep doing that throughout the day, you can easily put on 1,000 to 2,000 calories without even realizing, depending on the snacks that you're eating. Just one Oreo is what, 140 calories, maybe a little bit less than that. But imagine you eating a whole tray of that and not even realizing how many calories is in that just one tray. That's that is clearly, that is easily 1,000 calories. And the crazy part is, when you eat that whole tray, you're not even full. You feel like you can eat a second tray. Why is that? Mainly because food like that is processed, that is high in sugar and high in refined sugars, are not nutrient dense. What do I mean by not nutrient dense? Nutrient dense meaning it does not have the proper macronutrients and micronutrients in it to sustain you. So, for instance, fruit, green vegetables, grains, these are macro. These are nutrient dense foods. These are foods that have all the proper nutrition, vitamins that are going to sustain your body and make your body function at the highest level. Mainly because things like fruit, vegetables, and whole grains, they have high fiber. High fiber keeps you full throughout the day. That's why I always encourage people to make sure you're eating fiber first thing in the morning before you start your day. That way, you know, you're you don't have the desire to eat or snack throughout the day, right? Now you're not tempted to overeat throughout your day and consume and over consume calories. And this is very popular, or this is very prominent for people that do not track their calories. So when you're not tracking your calories, it's very easy to overeat. I broke down a while ago, you guys, in a different video a few weeks ago, how easy it is to put on 30 pounds of 30 pounds of fat in 3 years. Do you realize how easy it is to put on 30 pounds of fat in 3 years? That's 10 pounds a year for 3 years. And all you have to do really is every day you eat 100 calories over your maintenance. So meaning if your maintenance level to maintain your body weight is 2,000 calories, if every day you're eating 100 calories, every day you're eating 2,100 calories, then you're eating 100 calories over your maintenance, and that adds up. That's 700 extra calories you put on for that whole week. Times that by 4, that's 2,800 calories. It only takes 3,500 calories to gain 1 pound. So you do that for 5 weeks. That right there is 3,500 calories. And you do that every 5 weeks. After a year, you done put on 10 pounds. Do that for 3 years. That's 30 pounds. And it starts with just little things like just snacking on a handful of M&Ms, snacking on a few Oreo cookies, snacking on a few chocolate chip cookies, just little snacks, snacking on chips, taking a bite of this, taking a bite of that. It all adds up. And if you're somebody that has to have something sweet every time you eat a meal, you have a food addiction. You have addiction to sweets. If every time you have to eat something sweet after a meal, you have an addiction to sugar. Most people don't even realize that they do. If you have to have sugar every single time, every single day, if you got to eat sugar every single day after a meal, for a snack, man, you got a food addiction. You have a sugar addiction. And that is not something that's not something that you want to develop. That is a very dangerous thing to develop. We always talk about how, we always talk about drug addiction. We talk about alcohol addiction. But do we ever talk about sugar addiction? Do we ever talk about food addiction? These things are just as bad. Why do they always go under the radar? Why are they never talked about as much as the drugs, the alcohols, the gambling? We got to put food and sugar up there as well, man. That is just as important. That is just as dangerous. So make sure you guys, man, you understand what you're eating. Make sure you guys are eating nutrient dense foods. Make sure you guys are eating food that is going to keep you full throughout the day. That way you guys are not, tempted to snack on this, snack on different things throughout the day, taking a bite of things here and there. Make sure you guys are starting your day off with fiber. All right. So that video was very insightful. It doesn't take that much to gain weight, man. It really doesn't. It takes a whole lot to gain weight. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to gain weight, but it takes a whole lot to lose weight. So keep that in mind when you guys tend to snack on different things, tend to snack on refined sugars and processed foods, tend to snack on junk food. Just keep in mind that it takes, man, it doesn't take much to gain weight. It doesn't, but it takes a whole lot to lose weight.